Hello YouTube and welcome back to the Silver Swanner channel. This is the 7th video in my US typeset series, and today we'll be adding the oldest coin so far to the US typeset. So, if you remember from last week, I stopped by my local coin shop and picked up several different coins, and over the next several weeks I'll be introducing those coins and we'll be adding them to the typeset. This was the piece de la resistance that I purchased from the local coin shop. It is an 1830 cap bust half dollar. John Wright designed these in the early 1800s, and this design was used on the half dime, dime, quarter, and obviously the half dollar. Because these were minted so early on in the history of the US Mint, minting at that time was as much science as it was art. So there are lots of varieties for the cap bust. That being said, at the end of the video, I'll go ahead and throw up a review of my album progress so far to date, and finally, I'll share with you the updated running cost for this typeset. So, let me take you in, and let's get to adding the cap bust half dollar to the typeset. Okay, welcome back everyone. So here is the 1830 lettered edge cap bust that I picked up. You notice he was asking 60, he graded it very fine. Here is the reverse, and there are some interesting details about this that we'll review in just a minute. But before we go ahead and take a look at that, let me show you what the Red Book description here is for grading. So, good, date and letters, legible, bust worn smooth with outline distinct. Very good, Liberty faint, legends distinguishable, clasp at shoulder visible, curl above nearly smooth. Fine, clasp and adjacent curl clearly outlined with slight details. Then very fine here is clasp at shoulder clear, wear visible on highest point of curl, hair above brow distinguishable. So if we go ahead and take a look at that, here is the clasp, which I would agree is visible. The Liberty is visible there. The hair above, see if we can get that to focus. The brow is somewhat visible. So I think very fine is okay here. So then if we flip 2 pages here to 1830, very fine here you'll see has a price of $120. So if you're wondering, well, gosh, that local coin shop, Silver Swanner, that's such a good deal. Where is it? Where can I get this? There are some problems with this coin. So if you look on the high points here, on the obverse, you can see it looks like this coin was pretty harshly cleaned. If you look on the reverse, you can even see that a little bit more. Like look on the shield here, for example. Usually there's those lines that are running horizontal, and you can't see those at all here. So on the high points especially, it looks like it was really clean. Just for how shiny it is another good indication. But then you'll notice between the letters here where it's dirty. And that's just, again, another indication that, that's really the color that this coin should be. It shouldn't be this lustery for the age that it is. So knocked off almost half of the cost based on the grade because it was cleaned. So for a $120 coin for Red Book, he asked $70 for it and I paid $65. And that's okay. That's kind of what I'm going for with coins like this that are older. These problem coins are perfect in my opinion for a typeset. At first glance, the eye appeal is very appealing for the grade, but it's not a coin that can be slabbed. Would just come back as cleaned. So to me, these are the perfect types of coins that I'll be looking to add to the typeset for some of the harder coins. I prefer something that maybe had a couple problems, but at first glance has nicer eye appeal, and this coin, I'm very happy that it meets that. So that being said, let's go ahead and get it added to the book. we are going page by page here at this point. So this is a capped bust lettered edge, and when we pull it out of the flip, we'll take a closer look at the edges here. I don't know if you can see that with the light. So you can see $50 there, and it's tough to see in the camera. But this is definitely a lettered edge. Let's go ahead and get her popped in here. All right, so this was a quickie. I'll go ahead and throw up the review, and finally we will calculate the running cost. See you next week with another edition. Okay, here's a quick overview of the typeset progress so far. Spoiler alert, the only page at this point without anything on it is the dollar page, so that'll be next week. And here is my running cost. The cap bust lettered edge was $65. I picked it up from my local coin shop, so it brings my total cost for the coins now to $531.26. And I paid $12.95 in shipping so far, so my grand total is $544.21 for